Hey everyone, this is a tutorial on how to change your brake and clutch levers on a Yamaha XSR700 2016 edition. Mine is technically a 2017, but the principle will be the same. The only tools you're going to need are a 10mm socket and a ratchet if you have one, and a flathead screwdriver separately if you can. They don't come on the same tool because you need them both at the same time. So here's my bike, lovely bumblebee colours, the 60th anniversary edition. Now these are the levers we're going to be changing, which are the standard levers. All you need to do is unscrew this bolt, release this cable and swap. On the clutch and on the brake it's very similar. There is a flathead screw here, which the shadow isn't allowing. There you go. And it's the same underneath. So you just need to use a 10mm socket at the base. Now be mindful when you are releasing these, as there is a little coupler bearing inside of the lever which you need to swap to new levers usually. This isn't the case for all, but sometimes there will be, so be careful. Using a 10mm socket, locate the 10mm bolt underneath and unscrew. And by here, I've already done this, so that's why you can see it's loose. Once that's done, all you do is remove the nut. Sorry, I've got big fingers. Remove the nut. This gets easier, but it's a sex bolt, so it does key in at the top, as you can see here. Now once that's off, your lever will come loose. Now you've got to be careful because there is a cable holding this on. So my advice would be to pull it out like this, twist it upside down, and you can see that ball there. There's a little hole for the cable to come out. I'm doing this one-handed, so it's a little bit more difficult. But you can just pop it out and it will stop in place here, okay? If your cable is really tight, it might pull all the way in, so you want to be very careful and make sure that doesn't get stuck in there. These are my levers. They're just simple black ones that match the bike. I find they're from AliExpress. They're nothing special, but they're fully CNC'd, so they're nice and strong and they'll do the job. This is the old lever here. What you need to do is remove this bearing from here. It can sometimes be a bit tight, but maybe with a bit of lube that will help. Once this has been removed, it looks like this. You just slide that into the new lever. So here's the new, this is the clutch lever, and it fits into this hole. Now I find that these aren't made to a tight tolerance as Yamaha's, so they can be a bit loose. So you need to be mindful of that when it's going back in. Now this won't affect the performance of the lever, it just it means that with it being loose it's more difficult to get in. I would advise that you add some lube onto this before you put it in. Now what you need to do now is, this is not going to be possible one hand, you need to put that cable which is resting there into this little slot and then rotate the lever into place. Now that lever is in and the cable is in, it will rotate round, so then it's secure. As you can see, the bearing with one hand wants to come loose, but once you've got it in place, you'll be able to, you need to, pardon the pun, you have to lever it in to place like so, making sure that underneath you press in this little switch. But once that's in place, you can see that there's a through hole all the way. Grab your bolt and feed it in like this. Just feed that in like that, and then bolt it in. Now technically this is all done. I didn't adjust any of these adjustment settings here. I didn't undo any of the bolts because the cable is in the right position for the tension I need. If I need to make adjustments after, I can do so. Now you just replace the bolt underneath. No, sorry, the nut, my bad. The nut underneath, you can't see this, under here, and tighten that up. As you can see, the bolt will spin. If you press it down, it will key into place like that, and then that will make screwing the bolt a lot easier. Now that's tightened up, you can see I now have good tension on the brake, good spring back, and the lever I've got has adjustable positions. All fully functioning, all works. Okay, that's the clutch, so let's do the brake next. Okay, for the brake, the principle is very similar. Once you've taken the nut off from the bottom here, you will be able to unscrew this portion, this flathead screwdriver here. This is why it's important having them as two different tools rather than one. It's easier if you use them at the same time. I'm using them separately to benefit you. Once that screw is fully undone, it will come out. Now this will make the lever very loose and it should just pull out. Okay, because of the electronic brake system, there are no actual cables, so it just pulls out just like this. As a comparison, you can see that this lever here and this lever here are dimensionally the same. They're exactly the same. Although this one has more of a physical clicker adjustment, there is no bearing or washer that you put in here like a coupler. This is already on. This is already on the bolt. So this allows for that extra tolerance. So to replace that back on, it's really simple. So you put your new lever into the slot. I would advise that you put some fluid on some lube down on this. I don't know how easy this is going to be with one hand. Let's have a look. Okay, so that's about in position. Just gonna feed this bolt in like this. Again, this is much harder with one hand, but I feel like if you're doing it with two and not a camera, you'll be fine. It's a very easy, very simple job to do. Then you just got to screw that one down. Once you've screwed your flathead in, your brake technically functions, but you have to put on the M10 bolt at the base. This is a nut, sorry I keep getting that confused. A nut so it's all secure. Okay, and that has to be tightened up. And once you've done that, it's all done. It's a really simple job to do. For a nice aesthetic change to your bike, having black on a black and yellow bike makes it look a lot better. They're also shorter, so they're easier to use. I've only got little hands, but they're still quite chunky, which is great. They're fully CNC'd. I'm not promoting Alibaba or anything, but they are very nice for what they are. First YouTube video, terminology went a bit wrong, but I tried to do it as live as I could. If you want more videos like this, like and subscribe. Sorry about the road, I live near a road. Cheers guys, good luck with your bikes.